Good day, traveler. Have you ever dreamt of escaping to a realm where elves run taverns and there's always plenty of food to be feasted upon after a long day of travel? Well, pinch yourself, because you're not dreaming. Welcome to the coziest corner of the realm, a high fantasy tavern, where the only thing richer than our lore is our gravy. I'm very sorry. That was a bad joke. Today, I will be putting on my pointiest of ears and cooking the coziest of meals for any of the wary adventurers like you that have entered the tavern today. If you've stumbled in for the first time, I am Chloe of the Everhearth Inn, every adventurer's online tavern. The candle of the day is Bard by Tabletop Candle Company. It smells like Fruit Loops. We're going to be starting with my favorite recipe, which is chicken strips, fries, and honey mustard. The coziest meal, I think. I've always really liked chicken strips, and I get them frequently at restaurants. We're going to start by making a marinade for the chicken strips. I have 2.5 pounds of chicken strips. We're going to make the marinade. 2 cups of milk, 2 teaspoons of lemon juice, 4 teaspoons of, what is this called? Cornstarch, 2 teaspoons of sugar, or a handful. Very exact measurements. Half a teaspoon of fresh ground black pepper, and mix that all up. So after that's fully incorporated, I have a Ziploc bag that I'm going to add all the chicken strips to. I don't like touching chicken. So now we have our bag of chicken, and we're going to add the marinade. Adding in the milk. Zip it closed without spilling it. So now I'm going to place this bag in the fridge for like 20 to 60 minutes. While that is marinating in the fridge, I'm going to go ahead and make the batter. I'm going to add 2 eggs, 2 tablespoons of mayo, and I'm using Kewpie mayo. Yellow mustard, 3 tablespoons of that, 4 tablespoons of flour. I'm just using all-purpose flour. And now about a teaspoon of salt. I just eyeball salt and pepper. Maybe about a half of a teaspoon of pepper. We use only fresh ground black pepper here at the inn. I'm gonna go ahead and mix it all up. I'm going to add a little bit of garlic powder, like a teaspoon. Onion powder, paprika, just to add some spice, and mix that all in. That's the batter. So I have everything prepared. I have my marinated chicken removed from the bag. I have my batter. I have my breadcrumbs. So I take the chicken, put it in the mustard batter, and put that into the panko. Sprinkle the top with the panko. Flip, pat again. Making sure I'm getting the sides of the chicken. Transfer that to the baking sheet. I'm gonna do it with the rest of the chicken strips, and then I will be back. So I have them all breaded and they're ready to go. I'm gonna go stick them in the oven for about 15 minutes, and then I'll be back. So now we're going to make the honey mustard. I have my bowl, half a cup of Kewpie mayo, 2 tablespoons of yellow mustard. I'm gonna add about a tablespoon of Dijon mustard, 2 tablespoons of honey, half a tablespoon of lemon juice concentrate, and then like a half of a teaspoon I'm going to start with for Korean chili pepper flakes. I love these so much. They're like really flavorful and not super spicy, so I like to use them in things that normally would call for like cayenne pepper or sometimes even black pepper. And now I have all my ingredients added. I'm going to take my bone spoon and mix it all together. And then I'll give it a little taste and see if I need to add anything. I'm gonna add a tiny bit more honey, like a tablespoon more of honey. I'm also gonna add a bit more of these pepper flakes. The recipe will be at the kitchen on everhearthin.com or listed in the description below. That's it. That's it right there. That's so good. I'm going to go ahead and plate everything and then come back and we'll do a little taste test. Hello, a traveler has entered the tavern.
I have traveled a good 20 feet from the office to the tavern.
Have some chicky strips.
Chicky strips?
Yeah.
Just what I ordered, thanks.
Yep, we're gonna do a little taste test.
They're pretty good.
The batter's really good.
I feel like I've healed some HP. I will not be sending it back.
Next up on the list is a seafood Alfredo dish. I have my portable stove. I have some shrimp that has been deshelled and deveined and some tiny scallops. I'm going to start by adding about 3 tablespoons of butter, and then I'm going to add, I would say like 6 or 7 cloves of garlic. It's minced garlic. I always like to have extra garlic. This is one of Drew's favorite recipes is because he really likes seafood and he views seafood as like a special dish to get because seafood can be pretty expensive. And then also Alfredo because he doesn't usually let himself have foods that have a lot of cheese or a lot of milk, like a lot of fat in them. So having something like a creamy pasta is a really special dish for him. Thus, seafood Alfredo. I'm going to go ahead and add the scallops and the shrimp. Pan might be a bit small, but we'll see. Okay, I switched to a larger pot. I'm gonna go ahead and add about 3 cups of heavy whipping cream, like half a teaspoon of pepper, and then a pinch of salt. So I'm letting this cook for a little bit. The heavy cream needs to thicken. I'm actually going to remove the seafood and let it continue to cook. I don't want to overcook the seafood. Okay, I got all the seafood out, so I'm setting that aside. I'm gonna turn this up a little bit, and then I'm going to go ahead and add in the Parmesan. We're just gonna let that thicken now. The sauce has thickened. I let it cook for about 15 minutes total. I'm going to turn off the heat and just combine everything. I have some al dente cooked noodles. They're dried out a little bit right now because I cooked them like 20 minutes ago. So I'm gonna add those and I'm gonna add the seafood back in. I'm going to go ahead and plate this and then I'll go get Drew and I'm sure he's going to love this dish. Welcome to the Everhearth Inn.
Thank you so much.
Today's special, we have seafood Alfredo pasta.
My favorite.
Oh, that's so weird. This is very good. If you liked this video, you should go watch the video where I make a recipe from every single one of our fantasy cookbooks for Drew to try. He did so much work during that video.
These are the best videos.
Where I make the food and then he tries it and lets me know what he thinks.
Yeah.
Go ahead and subscribe, toss it a like, and we'll see you after your next quest.